Good morning, everyone. Jazz Borganzo here for another episode of What's Next. Like I said in my last video, I was going to try to put 3 into that first one, but this one definitely stands on its own. And I'm going to give you a little background. This is in regards to one Chicago police officer, Ella French, 29 years old. She was doing a routine traffic stop and she was murdered. With that, give you a little background story, and also Chicago's Mayor Lightweight weighs in on this, and then the ignorance commences. But let me know what you think. Let's take a look. This comes out of the Blaze Media. Chicago police officer Ella French, 29, murdered during traffic stop. That is Miss French there. Rest in peace. This is from an editor's note. Reports from multiple outlets indicated Ella French had a newborn daughter, but officials have yet to declare that she had a child. The story has been updated accordingly. Turns out she did. Ella French, a 29-year-old Chicago police officer, is dead after being shot during a traffic stop. Another cop involved in a deadly traffic stop is fighting for his life. That would be her partner. French and her partner conducted a traffic stop in the South Side West Inglewood neighborhood around 9 p.m. on Saturday night, according to the Chicago Tribune. There were 3 people in the stopped vehicle. At least one of the suspects fired upon the officers, who returned fire. The 2 cops, one of the suspects, were shot. The downed officers were taken to University of Chicago Medical Center, and the wounded suspect was taken to Advocate Christ Medical Center. Ella French was pronounced dead at the hospital, and the other officer was listed in critical condition. As you can see, the huge crowd of officers there, Chicago officers there, being there in support of Ella French. Chicago Fraternal Order Police revealed that tragic details in a Facebook post that reads, "Last night, 2 of our own were shot. We lost a sister in blue. Officer Ella French was murdered while conducting a traffic stop with her partners. Our hearts go out to her family, friends, and co-workers. The second officer is still fighting for his life. Please keep them in your prayers and thoughts." Now with that, I'm going to jump to this, and this comes out of PJ Media. Lori Lightweight seems more outraged over COVID violations than the shooting of one of her own, Officer Ella French. Quote, "We will shut you down," said Chicago Mayor Lori Lightweight. "We will cite you. If we need to, we will arrest you. We will take you to jail." She was stern and resolute in the proclamation, leaving little doubt that she intended to follow through with her threats. And to whom those threats were addressed. She was talking to Chicago's violent gangsters, the people who make life intolerable for fellow citizens. Was she referring to those responsible for the shooting of 75 people in the city over that weekend? 9 of them being killed, including 1 police officer. Of course not. The mayor's admonition, quoted above, was delivered in May of 2020, when she was in her high dungeon over the flouting social distances directives by host parties during the COVID. Given her indignation at parties last year, it seemed odd that she herself recently played host to one of the largest parties Chicago or any city has ever seen. The Lollapalooza Music Festival drew almost 400,000 people to Grant Park over 4 days, and the mayor even took the stage on opening day to welcome the crowd. So, Mayor Lightweight can occasionally, if inconsistently, work herself up to a lather over COVID protocols, but she is far more reserved in her public comments about Chicago's violence, which has readers of Chicago Tribune and Sun-Times scanning each Monday editions for the total dead and wounded as they will check the Cubs and White Sox box scores. Speaking of reporters on Sunday, Lightweight was somber and measured in her remarks about the death of Chicago police officer Ella French, who was shot and killed Saturday night while making a traffic stop on the city's south side. French's partner was also shot and remains in critical condition at the time of the writing. The mayor was appropriately lauding the Chicago Police Department. The police are not our enemy, she said, as she tried to defund them. She pointing out what we should be is not obvious to the significant minority of the city's population. We have a common enemy, she continued. It's the guns and the gangs. This was out of the Chicago Tribune via Twitter. Chicago police, we will never forget the true bravery she exemplified, and she laid down her life to protect others. Please hold her family, loved ones, and fellow Chicago police officers in your thoughts as we grieve the loss of this hero. One Ella French. For Lightfoot, this is an improvement over previous pronouncements on crime, in which she had been quick to blame guns but loath to blame the people who used them. Yes, because people don't kill people. It's the guns. With such wild abandon and deadly effect every night and day across the city. No gang member, no drug dealer, no gun dealer can ever have a moment of peace on any block, any neighborhood, not in our city. Failed our city. Yes. These were hollow words from the mayor, delivered without a trace of moral indignation she brought to when she excoriated people who were so depraved as to throw parties last summer. Chicago cops everywhere know that combating gang violence inevitably involves confrontations with gang members, some of whom will resist with violence. And they know that when those confrontations go awry, some, as always, will. Mayor Lightfoot and the media and the racist grievance industry will rush to demonize the involved cops, even as the investigating criminal, no matter how numerous his priors are, no matter how despicable his past, is hoisted onto a pedestal and hailed as a hero. It happens every time. One, my condolences to the family of Officer Ella French. Turns out she was just coming off a maternity leave in an update, as it was updated, the birth of her child. And sadly, she came back for this. But that is what she signed up for. She knew what she was getting involved with when she decided to be a police officer. Her family knew. And of course, I'm sure they were concerned. But from everything that I've read, and of course it's too numerous for me to do it in this short video, that she did everything she possibly could to be the best officer that she could be. She defended the city. She defended its people. Unlike Mayor Lightweight, who allows comments, who actually speaks comments in regards to, well, it's not the gang members. Well, it's not them. It's not the black on black crime that happens in that city every single day, every single weekend, setting records of how many people get shot over a weekend and killed over a weekend. No. It's the police. The police are the bad guys. She can say whatever she wants about saying, well, the police are not our enemy. In her mind, yeah, the police are the problem. Especially when there's racism involved. When it's a black citizen of Chicago versus a white police officer of Chicago. It's pathetic. But then again, would you expect nothing less from a Democratic mayor? From a Democratic politician? You expect nothing less. And it's sad. It's pathetic. I showed that picture with all those officers at the hospital. I mean, it was a sea of officers. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, gay, straight, didn't matter. Their job is to defend the city and to watch over one of their own. Two of their own, actually. One critically shot, and unfortunately, one shot to death. Pray for our officers. Pray for the men and women in blue across this country, from Maine to California and everywhere in between, because they need our prayers. They need our thoughts. And I'm not, you could easily go into, well, these racist cops here, racist cops there. We need to weed them out. We need to defund the police and all that other bullshit. Stop it. These are people. These are real people who put on these uniforms every single day, whose families are concerned every single day that they are afraid that to get that knock on that door, they get that phone call that their family member has gone down. Or, yeah, that's the worst case. Best case would be, to come home. But, yeah. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Bergonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.